Hi everyone, hope you're all doing very well during these troubled times that we live in. Jesus said that we will hear wars and rumors of wars, but we should not be alarmed, cause these things must pass and then the end will come. Today, I will share a vision with you that the Holy Spirit showed me yesterday morning. Yesterday I had a strange vision or dreams, and the Holy Spirit told me that the V sign, also referred to the peace symbol, is actually the most satanic demonic sign ever. He told me that the V sign is a reference to the demon Pazuzu, which is a wind smoke demon false deity. He also explained to me that everyone who is addicted to smoke or incense is actually under the dominion or influence of this particular demon. This photograph is representing a Zooist altar for the worship of Pazuzu, the demon king of the four winds and defender from any other demon, including his arch-nemesis, the vampirical demoness Lamashtu. The statuette of Pazuzu is on the left. The altar uses Simon Necronomicon symbolism, including the seal of Huoa in the foreground, and the seal of Pazuzu himself drawn on the black skullcap at the center of the altar. Light of candles and the smoke of incenses are offered to the deity. This demon of wind is also clearly shown in the Exorcist movie. It's not surprising that we are seeing these symbols in the music industry, Hollywood, K-pop and so on. The Holy Spirit said to me that it was the most satanic of all satanic symbols, probably because it is always widely recognized as the peace sign. But think for a minute. Don't you think that Satan and his demons wouldn't want us to understand the true meaning behind these hand signs and symbols? Like for most people, the sign 666 means perfect or okay. The world also tell you that the devil horns hand sign means I love you, and that the V sign means peace. The Holy Spirit also showed me that Pazuzu looks like a red dragon surrounded by smoke in the hell realm. I urge you to consider that all of these hand signs are not just fun and games. The devil is trying to desensitize you to the truth. He is the one whispering in your ears, trying to make you sin and fall short of the glory of God. This is not a game. These entities are real. Wake up. The shape and meaning of Vav make you think of the nails used to crucify Jesus. That's why 3 successful Vav means 666. They are mocking the nailing on the cross cause the Romans and Jews who crucified Jesus Christ used 3 nails. World Wide Web also means 666 for that same exact reason. Let's go back to K-pop. I will analyze and break down the occult symbolism of taeyon, INVU music video. First, I will need to tell you that this MV is all about idol worship and worshipping lunar deities. Most people won't see the blatant satanic symbolism and will just find the concept and visual of the MV very beautiful and artistic. But don't let these pretty visual fools you. It is only a part of their deception to lure you into worshipping them. First scene of this MV, we are seeing the statue called the Venus de Milo, representing the goddess Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of love and beauty worshipped by the Romans. But this statue also represents Venus, supposedly known as the goddess of fertility, which is none other than Lucifer, the light bearer or light bringer. Next scene, we can clearly see that taeyon and the dancers are doing the hidden eye satanic hand sign, which represents none other than the hidden eye of Lucifer. Think about it 1 minute. They purposely thought to integrate this hand gesture in their choreography. Why? Is this supposed to be artistic or involuntary? Really? Here's what scriptures tell us about the Antichrist. In this next scene, we can also clearly see Taeyon posing as a lunar goddess, also symbolized by her dark grayish silver dress. Silver symbolized the moon in alchemy. She's posing between the two pillars, also known as Jachin and Boaz. These pillars symbolizes duality or opposite forces. It can also represent the feminine or masculine aspect of the soul consciousness red-blue duality. These pillars represents the entrance of Solomon's temple, also symbolizing the sun and the moon. Again, we're seeing the duality of this symbol. Following this scene, we can see Taeyon, which is dressed like a lunar goddess. Like I explained previously, the gray or silver represents the moon in alchemy. The colors are very important in these MV. They are not meaningless for those who have spiritual eyes to see. We can also notice that Taeyon is slowly moving towards the pillars Jachin and Boaz, which represents the entrance of the Solomon's temple or inner temple in Freemasonry and Kabbalah. It represents being initiated to the mysteries in ancient Babylonian religions. The steps on the right picture represents the degrees in Freemasonry. The first 3 steps represents the first 3 degrees of Freemasonry. The first degree is Apprentice Mason, the second is Fellowcraft, and the third degree is Master Mason. Most Mason do not go past the third degree, which is also why they don't always know that they are serving Lucifer or the adversary. It is due to the fact that at these lower degrees the truth, so to speak, is not revealed to them or veiled. Again, in this scene we can clearly see that the dancers are doing the hidden eye symbols, which represent Lucifer. They're dancing and posing before the moon, which confirm to us that they're worshipping these false lunar deities or goddesses, which are none other than Aphrodite, Artemis, the Wicca triple moon goddess, Diana, and the list goes on. It should also be noted that the moon has a deep history with Korean mythology. They're probably making reference to the Korean lunar goddess Myeongwal, which is said to rules over the night. This is a depiction of the Sumerian moon god called Sin. Also worth mentioning that the woman symbolizes the moon in Babylonian religions, and we also know that Eve was the first being to eat the forbidden fruit of the knowledge of good and evil, the first human to sin. In this next scene, Taeyon is clearly depicted as Artemis, the lunar goddess, false idol or false deity, dressed in silver from head to toe. Even in the temple behind her, everything is grayish or silver. Something also worth mentioning is that Artemis, like her twin brother Apollo, which is a sun deity, are also referred to as light bearer. That appellation is strangely familiar. The V sign I was talking you about previously, the Holy Spirit clearly told me that it was the most satanic hand signs out there. Cause it is a reference to the chief demon false deity, Pazuzu, also known as a wind or smoke demon, which reminds me of a Bible verse. Another thing worth mentioning is that the V sign, Taeyon and his dancers are actually doing, is reversed, which can also symbolize the Eye of Providence or all-seeing eye symbol, the most known satanic symbol, which can be found on the $1 bill. Next notable scene, the camera focuses on the left eye of Taeyon and is moving rapidly toward her eye. This camera effect is often used in K-pop MVs to make a transition, or it even to symbolize the third eye of Lucifer once again. Again, the repetition of these symbols is undeniable. In the following scene we can see the wilderness or desert, with the moon appearing at the center, and on the left we can see falling stars which represents the fallen angels. You already know that 1/3 of the angels of God followed Lucifer in his fall. Stars are the fallen angels, that's why we're seeing these Hollywood celebrities also called stars. This is not a mere coincidence once again. On the right side of the image we can see white particles or orbs flying in the wilderness or desert. This represents demonic or evil spirits wandering in dry places or wilderness. In this scene, Taeyon seems to be resting on the ground, but she's attacked by unseen enemies. The arrows can symbolize demonic attacks. We saw this symbolism a lot of time in other K-pop MVs. Okay, let's keep going with Taeyon MV analysis. In this next scene, we're seeing falling stars, more exactly a massive one followed by 3 lesser stars. For most of people it doesn't represent anything special. But for people with spiritual discernment we can clearly see that it is in fact representing the fall of Lucifer and his fallen angels on earth. Again, you have to consider that these falling stars represents fallen angels being cast out from heaven down to earth. The stars that you're seeing on these movies and TV shows are none other than the fallen angels, or more precisely they are possessed by dark entities also referred to as fallen angels or demons, as well as evil spirits and Nephilim. Another thing worth noting is that the actors of a movie or TV shows are also called a cast. Witches and warlocks also cast spells. There is a hidden key within the language's etymology which explains everything. Indeed, these fallen angels that were casted out of heaven are no casting spells to humans through their film casting. Immediately following the falling of stars scene, we are seeing Taeyon doing the Baphomet salute hand signs, which represents the fact that she is cursing the viewers of the MV. This represents the as above so below or duality once again. She's furthermore showing her allegiance to the dark side or her allegiance to Lucifer the light bringer. In the last scene of the MV, we can see a mirror and a hole in it. I already explained in previous video what the mirror symbolizes. Black mirrors or mirror made in obsidians has always been used in the past by witches and occultists to establish contact with the spiritual world and demons. I'm not saying that every mirror is demonic, but you should know that adepts and occultists know how to use them to contact demons and do witchcraft on people. They can also read the future through divination or mirror gazing. The hole in the mirror can represent a portal to another dimension or reality. I heard that Jewish people covers all mirrors in their house when a loved one passes away. They do this to prevent the soul of the deceased to enter in the mirror and to remain trapped in an alternate dimension. I already exposed this music video in the past. Basically, they are telling the story of a guy experiencing a mental breakdown or MKUltra dissociation. He goes through a mirror or alternate dimension and find himself in another world basically. This is all about Alice in Wonderland programming. Often passing through the mirror, he's synonymous to going insane, which is the name of the MV. The elites are basically mocking the profane who are accessing to the spiritual realms without being initiated to these mystery Babylonian religions such as Freemasonry, the Rosicrucian Order, the Golden Dawn, the Eastern Star, and so on. The mirror has also a significant importance in the Japanese story of the kami, Amaterasu, sun goddess or false idol.